Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to do a thread program. So it's a very common question which is asked in lot of interview questions. So the question is, we want to print uh, numbers up to n, and what we have to do is we have to print even number with a different thread and the odd with a different thread. Okay, so given a number up to n, like in example, uh, where you have like n equals to 10, then 1 3 5 7 9 has to be printed by a odd thread, and the others even number should be printed by the other thread. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to create a worker class. It will be my worker. Okay, and implements runnable. So how we create threads in Java is by extending a thread class or by implementing a runnable interface. If you want to implement a runnable interface, then you have to implement a run method. So this is the method which we will be looking. Okay, let me just do this so that we can see side by side. Split vertically. Okay, and let me open this class. Hmm. Okay, so what I wanted to have here is, first of all, I need a integer private int n. This will be the n which we will be passing from this main app class, the worker class. Okay, and we also need a boolean which will tell us whether it's a odd or not. Is odd. Okay, whether we want to print odd number or even number. And the most important thing is, so first of all, what we want to do is we will create two threads. Okay, those two threads will be working, and those will be this my worker thread, and we will start those two threads, and what they has to do is, so there will be a even thread and odd thread. So once odd thread is writing, it will write one number, then it will wait for even thread to write the another number. When the even thread has written a number, then the other will working. So they will work like one by one. It's like mutual exclusion kind of thing. Okay, so, and now I need a most important thing is how my two thread objects will communicate with each other is by this object. So I will name this as a lock. Let me create a constructor now. Generate constructor. I need all the parameters. Okay, and once you have this, what we wanted to do is we have a private void. I'm just naming like a even worker, and similarly I will have a private void odd worker. Okay, so what I will do here, if you are starting a thread, we will just see if it is odd, then I will just call a odd worker. Otherwise I'll call a even worker. Okay, so this looks good as of now, and here the logic will be there for counting these, printing those elements. Okay, now let's come back to this, our main application class. So let me show you how we can start this. So I am starting a my worker, odd worker, new my worker, and what we need is we need, so let's suppose in our case we are just deciding here this n is equals to 10. Okay, so just pass this n, and then whether it's a odd or not, yes, it's a, this is the thread which will be requiring for this one, and then we will pass a lock object. Okay, I'll just create this lock object, object lock equals to new object. It should not be a null. Okay, so similarly I will create one more thread here. Now this will be your even worker. Okay, is odd, true, no, false. So once you have created these two, what you will do, just odd worker dots new thread dot odd worker dot start. Okay, let me have it. Think it will look good. New thread. What I'll do here, I'll not directly start it. Let me just, okay, this will be your odd thread, and this will be your even thread. Okay, so I'll do a odd thread dot start. I'll do a even thread dot start. Okay, so and then I'll just print that just to show you how the things work. Main exiting. Okay, so this is a very basic program. So you can see here I just created these two workers. The workers are nothing but these two instances of this class. I am passing a object. Now the important thing is this object, this lock object, is shared between these two threads. Okay, so you need some common mechanism between these two threads by which they will actually communicate with each other. Now we will see how those things will communicate. We will see in the my worker class. So once I started, I'm passing odd worker. I'm passing this as a odd as a true. Here I'm passing this odd as a false. I'm passing this runnable instances in the thread, and I'm starting the threads. And then when this, and here when I am running this program, there will be three threads. So one will be your main thread which will run this, and there will be two threads which are like of this type. Okay, so they will be executing for this. So they will start from here, so run method. Okay, so now coming back to this thing. So once you are here in odd worker or even worker, so what we want to do is we want to see how these threads will communicate with each other. There are multiple ways of doing this program, but what we will do, we will be using synchronize. So if you don't know synchronize keyword, then synchronize keyword is the one. So if you are having a object lock or a class lock, then at a time only one method will be executing or one block will be executing. So uh, in concurrency, if you have something where you want that only one thread will execute at a one period of time, then you need to have a synchronized mechanism. Okay, you can do via synchronize keyword, you can do via lock, reentrant locks are there, but we will be using synchronize. In the later I will create a one more tutorial where we will see how we can solve this problem with the reentrant lock as well. Okay, so let's start the even worker coding. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do synchronize, and I want to do a synchronize on this lock object. So this lock is there, it is assigned to this. Okay, I have this int n, it should be n this dot n. Okay, synchronize lock, and I'll just do I equals to 1 while I is less than equals to n. Okay, so once you entered in this synchronization, what you want to see, if I modulus 2 is not, sorry, it's a even, it should be equals to 0. In that case, just print, we'll just write here even worker so that we will understand. Okay, and just print I. Okay, even whatever the case, I just want this to be incremented, and same kind of things will be we will be doing for the odd worker. Only difference will be the condition will be different. Now the next thing is what you want to do after this. So once you have printed this even number, or let me do one more thing, I'll just do how logically this should work actually. Okay, so you come here, first time the odd worker will come, since you got the lock, you have seen it is not equals to 0, you will increment the I, and you will print the I, and you will increment the I, and then you want that this block should start executing now. Okay, so what we will do, we will say that lock dot notify. Since we have only two threads, so I will just use notify, but you have, if you have multiple threads where you want to do, then you can do notify all also. So we'll just try notify all, And we will also do a okay, notify all, and then we want to do a log.wait. We will be waiting here. So it will say that it can throw the exception, so I'll just handle it. Okay, and similarly, once now what will happen, it will say notify all, so it will notify this one. So you need to do wait and notify within the synchronized block, otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so you should be the owner of that lock. And what will happen once this log.wait will be called, what it will do, it will release the lock. So what will happen then, it will start executing, the other thread will start executing it. Okay, so similarly, once now when this has actually worked, what we'll do, we'll say okay, notify all, then we'll say lock.wait. Okay, surround with try catch. Okay, and then what will happen uh, if it is completed, so I'll just see here log.wait, and then if it is completed, then it will just exit. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Okay, so once you have reached this limit up to n, then it will end. And since it's an odd worker, okay, so now there are two things which I can do. Since anyways I am starting here the start thread, and then what I can do, I can just give a little bit of delay, because since you know these things are not do not work in a same order how they are written. So since two threads will start working, you never know whether the other thread will actually that event thread will start working before. Okay, so either I can give here, or I can directly give in the synchronized block at the first time. Okay, so let me just try it whether it works or not. Okay, so we can see the output. I'll just increase it. So we can see that odd worker, even worker, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and then it is saying main is exiting. Okay, so our program looks fine. Let me try it one more time, because sometimes it will be unpredictable. So that's what I want to see, whether it's unpredictable or not. So it is, we can see that it is actually predictable. Okay, so this is actually working. Now the only thing is, we have to see when we are running this program, right? So it is saying main is exiting. The main thread has exit, but not the other threads. See this red button, you can see that the program is not terminated till now. So there is a issue. The issue is either one of the thread is still not died actually. Okay, so what will happen? So last even worker will work, right, up to 10. So we are here, so it has printed 10. It will say notify all, and then it will start waiting, correct? And since the odd worker will not even work, then it will see, it will never terminate. So what we will do, if I is greater than n, then I can simply do a break. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so now you can see this main exiting is coming right here. Okay, so now you can see the counting is correct, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and now your program has actually terminated. So this is the catch actually. So in many of the interviews they will ask like, write this program, and everybody will write the program, but the catch is this. So your one of the thread is still not dead. Okay, it's still waiting here. So this is a crucial part. So just keep an eye on this thing, and otherwise we are good to go. Okay, same problem can be solved by a reentrant lock as well. We'll see that in a next tutorial. So thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. Please hit a like button and share it as much as you can. Thank you, bye.